Hey everybody, it's me, Camplays06 here. I know it's been a while since my last upload, but I've been busy with certain things. As you can see by the title, I'm here to do my first review on an object show, that being Tpot 17. What I want to go over is if I personally like this episode or not, the elimination, the characters, the story, and more, so let's just get started. First, we start with the elimination. It was definitely not my favorite. I mean, I'm glad that Golfball and Donut are still here, but my poor man, Yellowface is gone. I'm glad Pill went though, as I thought it was her time to go overall. I think they were finally starting to do stuff with Yellowface though, which is really sad. A lot of things like Price Tag and Winner were his relationships, and I feel like he got out a little bit too early than he should have. Next is the challenge. It was a very simple one, but I like that they were split up into different groups. We got to see dynamics of certain characters that we never seen before, and I think it really impacted the story this episode and all the character development that happened. Next, I think we're all here for the characters. The characters this episode were honestly amazing. I don't really have a negative thing to say on a character. I don't think I disliked a single one. There were some boring ones here and there, but there were definitely a lot of ones that stood out to me, and I want to talk about them. The first character we start off with is Penn. He was actually the start of the episode watching Blocky's funny doings. He doesn't look too good, honestly. Throughout most of the episode, Penn wasn't very happy. It was mostly because of the situation with his friends. I really like what they did with Penn this episode. Hopefully going forward, this is one of the only times I've seen a character in Tpot get this affected by someone else's elimination. So most of the time nothing happens between characters. Penn this episode gave me a little bit of hope for future episodes, and honestly the story going forward with Penn I'm extremely interested in. Later in the episode though, we see Penn try to talk to his old friend Snowball again, which didn't really go that well. He realizes that Snowball and Grassy are friends now, and Snowball kinda moved on. This dynamic is really good to me, I feel like, because it was not something where they just talk again and they're all buddy-buddy. It's a very awkward conversation. They're still bros deep down, but they're not the same as they were in the earlier times, which I really like. Bottle was another main character this episode, actually being the main host this time around. I was honestly so scared when I saw that Bottle would host. Honestly, Bottle did great this episode and wasn't annoying to me as she usually is. For actually moments where I laughed, and that hasn't happened with Bottle since the beginning of Tpot, so great job to Bottle. Now we get into Pencil, which is a big one this episode and has always been a big character in most of the episodes. I didn't really click with her story at first, but this episode I got to see more of her character, and I got to understand Pencil more. I'm honestly really glad that Buck didn't make up with Pencil right away, because I want to see Pencil make new friends. I want to see her grow as a character and change and be better. And her interaction between Penn was the best thing that happened this episode. It was a great thing. Winner to me was a big character this episode, which might not be to most people, but we got to see him become friends with Price Tag, who was also really great this episode too. I wish she did say something about Yellowface, but I digress. Winner, with his story of Loser and Loser not forgetting about him, was really great. They both just silently went for their own separate paths, and the fact that Loser still cares about Winner tells a lot about the story that we've kind of been interested in since Tpot 1. Winner didn't realize this until now, and I really hope that they meet at the end of the season or they make up or something, because I want to see how the story progresses, and I like that it kind of came to that conclusion. Now, I need to talk about the Donut and One situation. I think it was honestly great. I was happy that Donut didn't sign like the rest did, and that Donut still won in the end, getting his arms and legs back. I won't say I'm much interested in the One plot, and I personally think that One is annoying as hell, but I'm happy what they did with that story this episode. Those were all mostly the memorable ones that come to mind, but there are some things I want to talk about. Black Hole and Lie did the whole entire thing with like this trust dynamic, which I don't know that I'll continue or not, but I'm not entirely interested in it. I'm glad Fanny wasn't a main character this episode. I think giving her a break definitely gives other characters more screen time, and I think that her just going on the back end was a good choice. Tree was really good this episode too, and I really like that Grassy can control Tree. I think it's really funny. and Tree was really funny this episode. TV actually did something this episode, which sadly might be the last thing he does, judging by who's up for elimination. But who knows, Tennis Ball could go too. He didn't really do much this episode, which I was fine with. I think that Tennis Ball does more in BFDIA anyways, and I think he's good in BFDIA. Golf Ball is still funny as she always is. It's Golf Ball. And Marker's interaction with Tree, honestly, was very sweet. I like the interaction a lot. I think overall, I haven't even smiled this much watching Tpot in so long. It was a blast watching this, honestly, and I am intrigued of where if they take this story. My tier list is probably going to change a lot after this, and for the better for some characters. As for who I'm saving, I usually don't like to tell. It'll be a secret. I'll just say who I'll save for the next episode review. That is, if you want more reviews. This is kind of a little experiment and a new thing I want to do with my channel, so please let me know in the comments section if you want me to do more of these and suggest different object shows, different episodes, anything. Because I'm down to do this stuff. It's something that I'm passionate about, and if you guys want to see more of it, then just let me know. Anyways, that wraps this video up. I'll see you guys next time. Adios.